Good evening, traders. Today is Wednesday, December 28th, 3:21 p.m. Central Time. 20 minutes ago, the markets have closed. This might be one of the most consequential episodes I'm going to deliver. I think I figured out why, since the December 14th FOMC peak, well, actually, technically the peak was on CPI the day before that. But since December 14th, we have been falling. We cannot amount or surmount a rally. We are now on December 28th. That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago. 2-week calendar days. And when what you're looking at on your screen, when SPY, this is SPY by the way, when the markets made this impulsive move right here, I had an epiphany. Why we cannot rally. And it dawned on me. So I went back and looked at previous days. Okay? And the answer was actually simple all along. Ironically, the answer is in my splash screen right here, EMA 50 and SMA 20. You're like, okay, you've been talking about that all along. Specifically, I'm about to show you since 12/14, 2 weeks ago, every single trading day. Okay, I'm not gonna include overnight futures or pre-market AM. I'm talking about the trading hours, right? Trading hours, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time until what 4, right? 4 p.m. Eastern time. The trading hours since December 14th, FOMC, until today, every single trading day has failed the EMA 50 backtest. Let that sink in for a second. You're like, see, I couldn't believe it either. I'm like, no, that can't be. Because last week we were rallying. Right? I mean, we had one day in there, had a couple days in there. But then the GDP number came out, then it just dumped on us. We're like, no, that can't be right. But actually, even on that day, we failed a backtest early on. Okay? So I'm going to show you what I have circled right now. This is today's action. Failed the backtest. We had a huge surge at the beginning. Failed the backtest. Failed the backtest. Well, this one didn't even make it. Well, yeah, technically it did. It failed the backtest. This one didn't even make it past the EMA 50, and then it got rejected. So I guess what I'm saying is tomorrow you can expect, because today we did not reclaim the EMA 50, tomorrow you can expect at the very least a gap down. It's a gap down tomorrow, at the very least. Okay? Any upsurge that is not first confirmed by a 5-minute EMA 50 backtest is to be considered a pump and dump. Like what we had this morning. Pump, dump, way dump. Okay? So, we're going to get into some more of this in a minute. I did this a long time ago, 2 months ago actually, when I first started my channel. Okay? And what I wanted to include right here is what I said back then, and it applies today. It's what I had my epiphany on. The 50 EMA here, which it did, but you need to let it give it a chance to backtest. And I was referring to the 5-minute chart, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to show you a lot of examples from 12/14 through today. Okay, that's going to be then starting on the next slide. But this surprisingly basic principle has been violated every single trading day since 12/14. That's why we can't rally. It's why we can't rally. We can't overtake the EMA 50 on the 5-minute chart during the trading day. You cannot do it. So from now on, that is going to be my hard and fast rule. I will not call for a rally until I see during the trading hours, the markets reclaim the EMA 50 on the 5-minute chart. Remember, you guys, your existing viewers have heard me say, it starts with the 5-minute chart. You don't need to be messing around with the 1 hour. You don't need to be messing around with the bigger time frames, because the 5-minute chart feeds into the bigger time frames, right? You've heard me say that before, right? It's the same, like you can't be 60 years old before you're 5 years old, right? You got to be 5 years old first. It's where the trend change starts. And I'm going to prove to you that we have not had evidence of a trend change these last 2 weeks. So therefore, we cannot call for a rally, like, let's just say tomorrow. I cannot call for a rally tomorrow because we have yet to have a confirmed trend change on the 5-minute chart during the trading day. It boils down to that. Okay, so let's get into this slide. Okay, this, by the way, is FOMC. FOMC was the last time, it was the last time that on the 5-minute chart we claimed control. It was over the EMA 50. Okay. Let's look what happened after FOMC. We all know that it came down, 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 down. Here's the SMA 20 right here. See that? The gray line. You didn't even try to get back to the EMA 50. That tells you you have significant loss of momentum. You didn't even try. You're getting rejected by the SMA 20. Okay? So that's this example. So look at 12:15. This is like the day after FOMC, so I'm not surprised that we didn't take control back. You didn't even touch the EMA 50 that day. You didn't even touch it. That guarantees the following day is going to be down also. And what happens? Down. Okay? So that's the first example. During the trading hours, I circled it right there. You tried to overtake the SMA 20 at the end of the day here. But you didn't even try to get to the EMA 50. That tells me you don't have anything, right? That also tells me you couldn't even get back to the 0 line on the MACD, because the EMA 50 is frequently also equivalent to the 0 line on the MACD on the 5-minute chart. That tells me you don't have it. You're going down the next day too. So when you see this pattern, that's like, man, you're getting rejected by like the SMA 20. Oh, you know the next day is going to be down too. You can keep shorting it. Okay? That's basically like the rule you can follow. So that's 12:15. Look at 12:16, the next day. It attempts to overtake the EMA, but fails the backtest. Comes down, kind of messes around with the SMA 20 during the day, tries to come up at the end of the day. You should always be suspect of this, guys. Always, because you've heard me say previously that in the last hour, usually you get some kind of crazy move. So you should be suspect that this crazy move happened in the last hour. And ultimately, let me zoom in here. Yes, ultimately, right at close, it fails. It fails the backtest. Okay. Okay. That's how you know. Nope. We don't have a trend change. And now you see futures, tricky, scheming liars. You've heard me say that before, and it's true. Futures gaps up because it knows it doesn't have the momentum. Gaps up knowing it's going to come down. And guess what happens? Oh yeah, it fell down all right. See that? It can't reclaim the EMA 50. See that? Now it's getting rejected by the SMA 20. That tells you, oh no. We have lower to go. Okay? So, that's that example. See? And lower we went. We're going to keep going lower. We're going to get to the next slide as well. So that's 12:19. See that? So 12:14, 15, 16, 19. We cannot even, this is a telltale sign. You're getting rejected by the SMA 20 which on the downtrend is always lower than the EMA 50, right? Always. There's no exception. You're getting rejected by the SMA 20. That means, oh no, you're not going to take this back. You have lower to go. You could continue to hold on to your puts to the next day. Okay? All right. 1219. Now let's go to the next slide. Now this is more horizontal. Here's 1220. Equivalent to right here. Here's where it looks like an uptrend, because actually we ended the day up. It looked like, oh, it's going to bounce, right? But let me zoom in, have a little bit closer look at what's really happening. Here's where now I'm finally seeing how the market makers are cheating. They are cheating, guys, and this is it. Because technically this was an up day, right? You started here and you ended up here, right? So it's an up day. It's a green day. Everyone's like, oh, good, we bounced. You want to know how they're cheating? Look, this is the 5-minute chart, by the way. Ooh, I should have circled it here. Failed the backtest here. Failed the backtest here. Failed the backtest here. Remember what I've always said. A candle body cannot straddle the line. The bottom of the candle can touch the line and kiss it perfectly, meaning they're both equal, right? They're both equal. That's okay. But if any part of the body, like in this example, oh, let me zoom in again. In this example, like the lower part of that body straddles the line, that's failure. That is a failure. That is a hard and fast rule. That is a failure. So despite, actually we had so many failures that day. 1 that I didn't circle, 2, 3, 4, 5 during the trading day. Okay? This is Tuesday, 1220, last week-ish, right? Last week-ish. So, despite being an up day, despite having a green day, you failed 5 times that day on the back test. Okay? Let that sink in for a minute. I don't circle anything in futures because I know they're cheating. Okay. This is Wednesday. This is the big one. This is the big day. Big move. Actually, it gave you a hint that it failed the back test right at opening bell. Right there. I circled it. Dow was up like 600 points that day, guys. And the following day was that stupid GDP number that just collapsed everything. And I'll show that to you too, down below. It failed right here. It failed at opening bell. Despite Dow being up 600 points that day, the telltale sign was you failed the back test at opening bell. And I should have recognized, but maybe I just like, well, you know, maybe I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have recognized that, hey, you know what? That doesn't pass the back test by the traditional definition. So, but nonetheless, I see it now. Okay? Okay, so that's what, Wednesday, 12/21. So let's go to Thursday, 12/22, GDP figures. Here we go. Yeah, rock and roll, huh? Remember that? Boom. We lost all 600 points the following day. Remember that? And now look. And now you're getting flat out rejected by the SMA 20 here, right? You don't even try to get back to the EMA 50. This is a 5-minute chart. Here's what I said. I said, no, this is market maker fake pump. This was a totally fake pump. I knew it. I'm like, you can't fall 600 points and then all of a sudden V-shaped bounce and gain like 300 of it back. No way. That's fake. It was fake. No way. Okay? Because all of a sudden, oh, wait. So you lost 600 points. And now all of a sudden, you have the power to thrust way past the EMA 50 line right here and backtest. Oh, no. That's like, no, that's fake. So, yeah, it proved to be fake because guess what happened the following day? See? Okay, so here's the fake pump. Futures were up. Oh, look, futures are up. And what happened the following day? You couldn't even keep your backtest. See right here. You first of all, you started off down. Then you came up, failed your backtest right here that I have circled. Failed it again right here. Failed it again right here. But the day was green. This is last Friday. This is last Friday, guys. But the day was green. But you kept failing over and over and over again. But it was an up day. See, so now do you see how the markets are manipulating? They are manipulating. But the telltale sign you could tell they're manipulating, because they're just pumping, is it's failing. It's failing. The back test on the EMA 50 on the 5-minute chart. Okay? So that's Friday. And here's the next slide that I did last Friday. Oops. So I'm going to show you the slide that I did last Friday when I announced, oh, here comes the next week. Here comes the fake rally. Right? Remember I did this up here across the top. So all the while the 5-minute chart was failing the EMA that I just showed you on the previous slide. Okay. This brings us to Tuesday, the 27th. Monday was closed. Okay, let's check it out. Here's where we thought, because Friday was an up day, it was a green day, yet it kept failing the EMA 50. Check this out. Oh, but yet we come back on Tuesday. Go down big time, come up, get rejected by the EMA, get rejected, try to come up, fail the back test. Right? Now we're getting rejected here, come up, thinking once again in the final hour we can overtake it again, only to fail the back test. This is Tuesday, guys. Tuesday the 27th. Yesterday. Okay? And that brings us to what happened today. See that? Once again, huge surge in the morning. Boop. Fail the back test. Of course, we've been failing the back test all along. But the market makers have been pumping it. But all the while they've been leaving, here, let's see. All the while they've been leaving clues of what they're doing. Okay, so, oh yeah, no, this is just a summary down here at the bottom. 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that's all I've got. So there you have it, guys. I've just given you every single trading day, trading hours example, including the one that we were up 600 points that day. It already gave hints at the beginning of the trading day that it was failing the back test. But the market makers were pumping it. They were pumping it. That's how they get that's how they get you on the pump and dump. So, as of close today, let's see, let me go back to the original. As of close today, yeah, that's where we are. We have yet to pass the back test. We're getting rejected. So that's why I say tomorrow you can expect at the very least to be a gap down. I will no longer call for a rally until I see it during the trading day myself that the EMA 50 can be reclaimed. Because for the last 2 weeks since FOMC December 14th, it has failed every back test on every single trading day during the trading hours for the last 2 weeks. Let that sink in for a second if you think about that. So we have more downside to go until I see it for myself during the trading hours that there is a trend reversal confirmation that the EMA 50 on the 5-minute charts has been reclaimed. It boils down to that, guys. Literally, it's that basic of a phenomenon. Okay? And that's basically all I've got for you guys today. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, I was updating on Twitter once again today. So, please feel free to hit me up there if you'd like to. Having some good conversations with some of you guys there. Okay? Alright, if you would like, please give it a like, share, subscribe, or be notified. And with that, I am 00 Woe, signing off.